Yeah, this is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Let's go.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Some guests on the show today. Kate Langbroek told us about her new dating show.
Yeah, she's good actually.
Yeah, Joel Creasey tells us about a super gay Christmas he's bringing to Perth.
Earlier on, first cab off the rank, actually, we were discussing the block and the amount of money people were making.
Yeah.
Or not making.
Yeah. We had a great round of a competition called The Refunders. We want to introduce you to our own Slumdog millionaire, Jackson, from Mount Hawthorn.
We're going to learn a couple of new words with my dad, Brian.
We certainly are. And we'll talk about half-truths, everybody.
Yes, your son's been telling them, Shaun.
100%.
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
At the start of last week, my oldest son said, do you mind if I have a few people over for a drink on Sunday?
Oh, what's that? What does that mean? What for?
Oh, just to, preload before you get to the Sunday session.
Got it.
We're like,
So what, a couple of mates?
Very important.
Yeah,
thing.
well, it's the cheapest way to do it.
A couple of mates and their girlfriends?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He goes, no, just a couple of the boys are coming.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, so I left it at that. Oh, yeah, okay, that seems reasonable.
We used to hide goon out in the hedge outside of the hippie club. That's
and then go out there.
Yeah, then we'd just pop out for a quick
skull.
a quick drink by the hedge.
Some hedge goon.
Some hedge goon and then hop back.
That's pretty funny. Well, you had to. You had no coin.
You had no money.
Anyway, so then he tells Megan that there was going to be about 6 people, and then that kind of went to, I don't know, about around 10.
Yeah, okay.
Guys.
Oh, okay.
That's a palatable number.
Yeah, that was like, okay,
Barely.
righto. And then Megan was like, I'm not sure. We just come to the back. He's just had a 21st. That was a pretty big deal. Anyway, that all went by the wayside. We knew this was happening on Sunday, just gone. And then on Friday night, the oldest was getting ready for a party, and one of his mates came over, Sam. They were going together. And Megan overheard Lachlan telling Sam that there's a party bus rocking in. To take everybody.
That night? Or,
no, on the Sunday to take everybody from
to
our
your house.
From
your house.
To the OBH.
Party bus full of people would come to your
10
house.
people should be a couple of cabs.
You would have thought so, no. Yeah, absolutely. So, anyway, she told me this on Saturday. All day Saturday he was working, so we never got to have the conversation until Sunday when I said, mate, what's going on here today? This seems like you got a party bus going? No, not really. I said, well, what does that mean?
Not really?
What does that mean?
It's either a party bus or it's
how many people are coming? Oh, well, it's going to be 12, but now there's probably going to be a few more.
How many?
Okay, what's that? And so he got to 20, and I went, that's quite an escalation.
Well,
I said, and when you say 20, there's
double.
more.
That was double.
When you say 20, there's more. So it ended up being around 25 guys coming over.
So
to our house.
did a party bus pull up out the front of your house?
And a party bus came to our house at 6:20 to take them to the OBH.
So it was a party bus full of guys at your house?
Yes.
For a quiet beverage?
Yes. So this escalated very quickly, and the whole time until, we really put the heat on him, because the heat comes back to me. This is what it comes back to me.
A couple of mates.
He told me this. You've got to deal with him. That's the conversation that happens at my house. So,
but, I mean, look, Lachlan's done the very, very important and smart thing, and that is to tell you half the truth. To let you know that something is happening with half the amount of people. And then on the day when there's no recourse, there's no other way but to go forward.
We're too far into this now.
Then he's been questioned and he has to give you all the information.
I hope you punished them by sitting down and telling them some stories and having a drink with them. That's the only way for it to never happen again.
I nearly went outside, but no, they didn't.
Shaun, I'm really amazed that you're so surprised with this, because this tactic has been used by husbands for many years and wives for many years.
Yes.
Get the jump on summer and check out whatif.com for amazing getaways.
Aussies just know how to summer. It's in our DNA.
Bring it on. Book your accommodation, flights, car hire and more, all on the What If app.
What if? It's Aussie for travel.
One of the oldest tricks in the book is to tell your parents half of the truth. Like, I'm having a few friends over. That turned out to be 25 mates at the McManus household, collected by a party bus at the end of it.
Went to the OBH.
Shaun, Mum messaged me while you were talking, and she said your 16th birthday started with 15 to 20 people, and there was hundreds there.
Hundreds.
And there were hundreds.
So that was after
people drove up from Norseman for it.
There was literally there would have been about 100, 150.
So the catering was a bit light on then. Marlene would have been furiously making bacon savouries.
Not good.
Rebecca's in Swanview. Hi, Beck.
Hey.
Hi, Beck.
Okay, Beck. We're talking about how half truths can work. What happened?
Well, my 18-year-old son, newly 18-year-old son, asked if he could have a couple of mates over for a few drinks. I'm like, yeah, sure, a couple of mates, not a problem. And then he said, well, can they sleep over? I said, yeah, probably a good idea, better than drinking and driving and trying to get home. Got no problem with that. Then I got woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning with someone bashing on my front door. I opened the door to an absolutely ropeable father looking for his 16-year-old daughter that was supposed to be there. And I was like, well, no, there's only mates there.
Yes.
So I went into the room where they were sleeping, and sure enough, there was lots of boys there, but plus also a few underage 16-year-old girls there that I didn't know about. So
and they were spending the night, Beck.
Yes. They were sleeping there, but failed to tell their father that they said that the two girls were sleeping over each other's houses.
Yeah.
So he was absolutely ropeable. I'm like, hey, Barley's nothing to do with me. I didn't even know they were here.
Which also, Beck, isn't good.
Yeah.
There's no what's going on. I know, it's like you can't even say I didn't know they were there because then you look bad too. It's like, oh my God, I just scream and
I'm
run.
sorry, I thought your daughter was a boy. Thanks,
A lot of
Beck.
parents have been in that.
I know.
Yeah, I didn't know they were here. Well, I bet they'll go a few more. Oh, I don't know.
Dennis, hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Dennis.
All
Hey,
right,
Dennis.
Dennis, talk to us about half-truths.
All right. Well, at the moment, I've got a insurance claim for my canopy. My canopy, I had a fire in it, so I got a insurance claim for it. So I got a payout.
Yeah.
It was about 12 and a half, and I told my missus, yeah, I'll easily be able to get a new canopy set up with that amount.
Yeah.
And at the moment, just a shell of it's 14 and a half, and I've still got to rewire it and get some drawers and roof racks and all sorts of it.
So Dennis, moving forward, what are we going to do?
I've got to get the whole full kit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but
What's it going to cost all up, Dennis?
Oh, close to 20.
Yeah, okay.
and she's never going to know it's 20?
Oh, she'll know after it all when it's gone.
Oh, you've
Yeah,
already
you
done
can't do
it.
anything about it then.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, no, you can't just have the frame up, Dennis.
No,
I'm on
no.
your side.
Yeah. He needs his canopy.
Yeah, I know. Like, seriously.
A man's got to have a canopy.
Well, I mean, where are you going to put your car? Under the canopy. You can't put it under a canopy frame. It makes no sense. No, Dennis, I'm on your side. I'm on your side.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
We are talking about when somebody's telling half-truths, and the reason they tell you half the truth is they want to soften the blow because the whole truth is a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We know relationships happen with this. We know that children do this, and we know workplaces do this. Let's see which one we're going to get right now. Hello, Kelly.
Hello.
Hey, Kelly. Half-truth, Kelly. What happened?
Tell us the whole truth about the half-truth.
Okay, so my 15-year-old daughter has just she'd planned a trip, or her and her dad had planned to go to New York for Christmas. So it was meant to just be a couple of weeks going to New York. He asked her to do all the planning, like you do it all. She liaised with 4 travel agents to get this few weeks in New York.
Yes.
She told him it was all organised. He needed to pay $400 deposit to book the flight. It turns out she's actually booked 9 weeks, going to New York, then to London, then to Germany, then to Switzerland.
How much does that cost him?
$16,500.
That's actually
You know
It's a
what?
great
She's
deal.
actually should be a flight centre because that's a bloody good deal.
She's booked first class. So it's first class to all those spots, and she's gone for 9 weeks.
No, she can't have booked
Not
first
for
class for $16,000. Not in a million years. No, you could not.
100%. I will send you the itinerary. She has booked for 4 stops to 4 of the 4 main countries. It's business class.
Can you send us that because we want a piece of that?
Oh my God. She should be the CEO for Webjet. Wow.
100% true.
So is she going to be allowed to go? She can't have 9 weeks off, surely.
Well, it's over. She leaves the 8th of December and comes back at the start of February, so she'll only miss like a couple of weeks.
What's her dad said?
Yeah, does he have 9 weeks off?
He's oblivious, and he just went along and paid it, and he's happy to go.
Wow. So. You know what? I can't even be angry with her. I'm sort of impressed.
I know, yeah, me too.
I know.
As an avid traveller, I'm on board with it. Yeah, well done. Thanks, Kelly. Marcus, hello.
Hey, how are you guys?
Hey, Marcus. Okay, talk to us about half-truths.
Okay, so the joke was on me this time. So I used to work in a country town as a local copper, and I can say this now because I'm no longer working there, but I did the highway patrol, and we used to have people who used to try and bring in some, drugs into town. So halfway along the highway, I'd park up and I'd sort of, point cars in to have a look, and I had a Roddy, and a great dog he was, and it was my pet, and I took him along and I'd tie him off at the back of the police car there, and I'd say, look, guys, if you've got anything to declare, I'd suggest you do that before I bring the dog out,
Yes.
So they're all going, all right then. And so out they come. Yeah. Of course, one day, this guy goes, yeah, go for it. And I'm like, oh, okay.
It's called a bluff.
Yeah, so poor old Zeus, I've grabbed him and I've walked over to the car and he's wagged his tail and jumped all over him. And I said, have you got anything on you? And he goes, no. And I said, well, that's odd. And he's just licking him and he's doing absolutely nothing.
Yes.
And I stood there like a little bit of a... I said, look, it's not his day today. It's, he's a bit off, but on your way, take care. Look after yourself.
Give him a pat. Give Zeus a pat.
Oh,
that would be so funny if just, randomly Zeus had found someone that was smuggling 2 kilos of cocaine up their bumhole.
or some apples. Amazing. Good on you, Marcus. Thanks, buddy. Alejandra, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, good. Okay, what happened?
So on my 18th birthday, my parents were pretty strict, but I asked my parents to buy the alcohol. And my dad did. We owned a restaurant. He got all the girls cruises and he got all the boys beers. And halfway through the night... Halfway through the night, everyone was drunk, a bit paralytic as they were acting. And he comes up to me and my brothers, he's like, what's so funny is I actually bought the boys non-alcoholic German beers. They couldn't read the label. No. And it got so bad. They were acting so drunk. One guy picked up the Esky and threw it out the window. And my dad was just going nuts. He's like, you're not even drunk, you dickhead.
Oh, my God. That's amazing.
That's a good thing.
And all the girls are throwing up in their head just after drinking Mountain Dew.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
On Channel 9, a new dating show premieres. My Mum, Your Dad, 7:30 tonight. The host and little Cupid herself is none other than Kate Langbroek, who joins us now. Good morning, Kate.
Woo, 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 woo. Thank you for describing me as little Cupid. That's never happened before.
That's lovely, Kate.
Lady. One of the originals from Nova.
Yeah, that's right.
We're
way
still
back
here,
when.
Kate. No other prospects.
Yeah.
I know. How's you? You know what I like to say, Nate?
What?
Scum always rises to the top.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Kate, we always talk about this. The ACRA's are just on. We've never been nominated nor won an ACRA.
In 20 years, Kate. 20 years.
20 years, Kate.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what's amazing. Hang on, I'm just pulling over so I can talk to you unencumbered.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's amazing is I was looking back through Best New Talent for the Logies and for radio.
Yeah.
Guess who was never nominated for either?
Who?
Kay Langbroek?
Me. How is that possible? And I don't want to name names, but if you look through the list of names who were nominated the year that I started in television on a show called The Panel.
Yes.
Or that when I started on radio, I'm like, who? What? So I think we just have to take this view of awards that if you win them, they mean everything, and if you don't win them, they mean nothing.
That's right.
But, Kate, that was Best New Talent. But in that period then, which you've been a part of the radio and TV landscape, you've been awarded.
You've won awards.
You've won awards.
I have. I've won awards.
We're saying 20 years.
We've won nothing.
And not only have we not won anything, we've never been nominated.
Yeah. We actually, in anticipation for a long career, bought a trophy cabinet, which is now, it was sold on Gumtree last year.
Of course. And in fact, you didn't even sell it. You just let someone take it.
That's right. It's on our local buy nothing page.
You know what it was full of, Nate? It was full of your crushed hopes and dreams.
But luckily, we've got job satisfaction. So
we just did the survey.
Now, Kate, let's talk about this show.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, Kate, about the show, right? So I found it really interesting watching the first couple of episodes, but the voiceovers doing them at the start where you have to set the scene and talk really slowly.
Yes.
How do you go with that?
Yes. Well, I'm following instructions from people.
Yes.
So I'm doing that to the best of my ability. Obviously, it's not that good. I can tell you picked up on that.
No. I
Do I sound
coming
like
from
I've
a
got
radio
an acquired
background.
brain injury? Or
You've done voiceover work before, though. You know how it is.
Yes, I have.
Yes.
And I've also watched a lot of reality shows, but I've never actually had to voice one like this.
Yeah.
So it was quite interesting.
I want to
But
know.
also, I just want to get to the action. I just want to get to the action.
I know, that's all you want to do. And I want to talk about, the very concept of this, and this is the children will be picking the date for their parents at the end.
Yeah.
So but are these children being psychologically tested to make sure that they're okay with, they have no issues with keeping mum or dad single or...
you mean you think some of them might be actually doing the opposite?
Yeah, so that one chick who said that she got rid of one of her dad's partners because she drank too much wine at a family thing. It's like
who hasn't? It's the only way to get through them.
Like,
Well, that's right. But I think reading between the lines, I mean, there's drinking too much and then there's drinking too much.
Yeah, but Kate, come on. We've all done the second one.
I know that you guys can't tell the difference.
Not in my household, I can assure you.
Even the notion of that the kids decide at the end, isn't that a bit weird? Where between two consenting grown-ups, they can't decide their own fate?
No, I love
that. Sort of. However, what you realise watching this show and when I was working on this show, and it was a revelation to me as a parent, is how well our children know us.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like we try to, you try to edit yourself around your kids, or you try to, it's like not in front of the kids, but they see everything, and they, in fact, know their parents better than their parents know themselves.
Yeah.
The one thing about all these kids, though, from the get-go when you introduce them and their parents, all of them have an unbelievable relationship with their mothers or fathers.
very
like
tight
they all
bonds.
live with them pretty much. And
So
and
true.
they've spent so much time with them.
Yeah, it's almost like an ad for single parents, which was not the intention of the show.
Yes.
But the relationships are so beautiful. You're like, that's amazing. I've got 4 kids, and like an idiot, I've made a life with their alleged father. Why have I done that?
Yeah.
They don't respect me. They don't understand me. They don't go out partying with me to the club.
Yeah, they don't get 2 bedrooms. They don't get 2 Christmases. That's
Okay, but
on, mate.
it is a very uplifting show as far as that goes. I spent a lot of time with the kids. Obviously, the parents didn't know I was.
Yeah.
But the kids are just beautiful. I love them so much. And they kind of were the testament to the essential people that their parents were. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And I trusted the kids, and I trusted the kids' judgment mostly.
Well, my thing with it, though, is you know how uncomfortable it is when you watch a sex scene with your parents. Now, imagine your parents being in that sex scene. That's a lot,
Your
really,
parents in a hot tub.
Oh, your parents in a hot tub getting... Oh. No.
You don't have to imagine it because you actually get to see it.
No, and that's the part where it's unsettling.
I mean, that's such an important part of it is the kids, that unbeknownst to the parents, the kids are watching the whole thing unfold. So how are you ever going to do a second series of this? Because that's the main thing that's not been revealed.
You know what? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. One thing you know about Katie Langbroek is that she likes to quit jobs. She doesn't like to take on new ones.
So it won't be your concern. I hear you. That's great.
But then again, remember Married at First Sight when that was all like, oh my God, and now it's like 20 seasons in, and then they go, then it's got the shot of their families sitting around. They go, I'm going to be getting married to someone that I don't know, and they'll go, what? On TV? What is this?
I've never heard of this.
Like, shut
but
up.
the one thing we can rely on for maths is there's always, like, rotters are a renewable resource.
Sure.
Yes.
There's no shortage of rotters. There's new ones coming on every couple of seasons.
Rotter sustainability. That's great.
Yeah, and it's great, and we all love it. We all get to feel superior. That's the whole point of reality TV, or in fact, TV that I'm on.
Yes,
people love to hate watch me. I'm like, you can enjoy me any way you want.
That's right. We love
watch you, and we love listening to you as well.
Yes.
Well, I love you guys, and I believe you should win every award that's going.
That's completely unprompted.
Even if it's the award for the least awarded radio show.
Why can't that be an award?
What does it take?
Would be back to back to back to back.
Let's suggest it.
Please,
but if we start winning that award, then we've been awarded.
Kate, please suggest it to the people to do the acros. We would, but they don't know who we are.
Well,
you're listening to Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
The block last night concluded.
That was bonkers.
That was crazy.
Epic fashion. So the winning bid for Omar and Oz's place was unbelievable. They sold their house for $5,666,666.66.
Thanks, Danny
Which is
Wallace,
a profit
seriously.
of what? No?
That was a profit of, was it 100?
Bit over $1.5 million.
$1.5 million, then they won, so yeah.
Yeah.
They walked away with over $800,000.
$843,000 each.
$1,686,000 basically. Yeah.
So what about everybody else, which we saw and...
Well, the next best was $169,000 above reserve.
Then we had 20,000.
Sarah Jane and Tom, who were the favourites and had led all the way through.
Yes.
They made $20,000.
So no one wants to go first in the auction. Unfortunately, that's the place that you needed to have been in this auction.
Yes.
So Omar and Oz. So everyone just jumps in, and they it goes to the roof. And then, of course, next up was Tom and Sarah Jane. So Tom and Sarah Jane, from all accounts, saw what happened in the first auction and went, okay, no worries.
We're laughing here.
Yeah. Oh. So then they were shocked to just get $20,000 over reserves, because once in an auction something hits a reserve price, then it's you can't go back. You have to
and also on the block, that's how they determine your winnings. So,
So then the third auction comes along, and then that was passed in, but there was a private deal to be made with the highest bidder at the time, which came to $170,000 basically. And then there was the last two. That was Sharon and Ankar and Dylan and Jenny.
Yeah.
And they were all so nervous because they saw what happened to Tom and Sarah Jane, and they know that if you pass in a property, that means that it goes on sale afterwards, and then you can negotiate a fee, you can get a higher profit.
Get a higher
anything that they make above that reserve, they get
can
to
control it more than what they can with an auction.
Yeah.
And this was insane. So the bid was $5,000 on both of them, $5,000 just shy of the reserve. So say if someone bet another $6,000, they would have made $1,000 profit. That's not what they would have had to
sell.
Yes, so they're forced to sell if there's no further bidding.
That'll play you both couples, and what they were screaming, and I'm sure a lot of people were screaming, and Scott Cam was screaming, and that was the fact that they had met up with their real estate agents during the auction. So the auction stopped down. They spoke to their real estate agents, and they said, okay, we are not going to make much profit, pass it in. Get back out there and pass it in. And then the real estate agents kept on going on about, is there any other bids? Any further bids?
Saying once.
It was so frustrating. So this is what everyone in Australia was screaming last night, including both these couples.
Pass it in, mate. Finished. Silent.
Pass it in.
Pass it in. What are you doing?
Pass it in.
Pass it in, mate.
Pass it in.
To make it maybe 4-1.
Pass it in. No, don't make it 4-1. Pass it in now. Done.
Pass it in. It's 7-5.
Pass it in.
Pass it in. I would not use.
The auctioneers had direct information from their vendors. They're supposed to get back out there and do exactly what the vendor tells them.
Exactly, and that is go back out there and go, okay, once twice, do that really quickly, it's passed in.
And say to the leading bidder, we'll negotiate with you. That's how it works.
$4,000 more. Then they make no profit at all. They put all that time and effort into that whole thing, their stuff. What did he do that for? There must be something.
Oh, because I don't know. But all I know is
on TV,
those two last auctioneers, if you are wanting to auction your property, there is not a God's chance on this earth that anyone will ever use those two companies again. There was a bit of dodgy talk, though, as well, with the winning bid.
Of course there was.
This guy turns up in a Lamborghini, young, good-looking dude, hugs them both, and then drives the bidding up And so you go, he's genuinely interested in these properties.
Yep.
So drives their bidding up, and Danny Wallace pays, well over the odds, and then he disappears. He wasn't interested in any of the other properties.
So he's
missed
come
out
out
on that one and says, "Nah, I'm not interested in any others." It seems a bit strange.
He's
to me.
come out and said, for everyone questioning the legitimacy of the auction, I was a genuine buyer with every intention to purchase that property. This is my thing. That property.
Yeah.
They're all the same.
They're all the same.
All of those block properties
there
are
minor
basically the same.
differences,
And
but
to
they're
be honest,
essentially the
Omer and
same.
Oz's weren't the best.
So
if you passed in that property for that price and then saw that the next property, which is the favourite, was
other than the tartan bedrooms,
was going for such a low price. I didn't know. I didn't care if you were friendly with these guys or not. You would buy that property.
I don't get how the boys can walk away with 1.6 million. Well, it's 1.5 that they walked, kind of just got, and everyone else sucked.
Yeah.
Look, it was terrible.
Tom and Sarah Jane, so they won the Ford Ranger. They're going to have to sell that.
Yeah, it's 80,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they probably
won't.
won't get 80,000, but that's what it was. That's what it retails at. So otherwherse they've lost money massively on
because
going on
they've
the
been
show.
working
They
there.
had to dig into their savings.
Think
But
about
there
it,
can't
right?
be that much difference. $1.5 million dollars to the next house. There can't be.
3 of those houses sold. They were all sold to Danny Willis, right? So the block. Why are they even bothering about an auction? You should do the block and then just get Danny Willis to come and buy the houses.
Yeah.
The end.
Who seems like a knob.
Oh, he's a huge knob.
He does offer them up to charities to use, so you've got to give him credit
that's
for
a
that.
bit knobless, but
stop
he's a
being
knob.
such a
But you know
dick
what?
during
You can be a
auctions.
generous knob.
Yeah,
you can.
Hey, Shaun.
You can. Exactly.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun in podcast form.
I want money.
The Refunders.
The best things in life for free.
These three don't mind a refund, especially when it's helping the environment. Give your containers the second life they deserve. Search Don't Feed the Phil with Containers for Change.
We're about to play a round of the refunders. For every correct answer, we'll refund you $100 cash, all thanks to Containers for Change.
Oh, well, Sophie's going to have a crack at it first up. G'day, Soph.
Hey, how are you?
Good, Sophie. Sophie, you have the ability to be refunded $1,000 right now. It's completely up to you.
Oh, I hope I can get all of it.
All you need is an amazing general knowledge, Sophie. That's not too much to ask.
Yeah.
I've just come off some night shift, so let's hope my brain's wide and ready.
That's all right, honey. So for every question that you get right, $100 will be refunded to you to put into your pocket and take with you and do what you will.
Oh, good.
And once you've won it, no one can take it off you.
No one can
either.
take it off
That's
you.
right. Even if you get one wrong, you'll leave with the money you've won.
All right, are we ready, Soph?
Yes, let's give it a try.
Okay.
What shape is primarily used for stop signs?
Is that hexagon?
Sorry, Sophie.
She's been up night shift.
I know.
Night shift got her.
It's octagon.
It's an octagon.
Sorry,
Octagon, that's
Sophie.
all right. Yeah.
We move on to Jackson from Mount Hawthorn. Good morning, Jackson.
Good morning, team.
Hey, Jackson.
Here we go.
Still $1,000 on the table,
Yes.
Jackson.
Let's do it.
Question number 2. What was the first soft drink to be consumed in outer space?
Coca-Cola.
Correct, Jackson.
Hello, Jackson.
You've scored $100. Well done.
$100 of Jackson money.
Okay, Jackson, for $200. What is the tallest mountain on Earth?
It is Mount Everest.
It is Mount Everest. You've scored $200, Jackson.
$200, Jackson. Mm-hmm. All right, Jackson. Who is the current Deputy Prime Minister of Australia?
Oh, I should know this. It is.
We all should.
Richard Marles.
It is. Well
Jackson,
done.
pull that out of your coin.
$300 is yours.
How did you get that? I had to Google that.
Okay.
Okay, Jackson. Next question for $400.
What popular burger did McDonald's introduce in 1968?
I have no idea. The Big Mac?
You do have an idea of it.
Hey, what are we up to now?
That was $400.
$400.
So for $500, Jackson, we keep moving. What colours are part of the Australian flag?
Blue, red, white.
Look what he's done.
He's correct. He's got himself $500.
Jackson, you are on a roll.
You are. So $500 is yours. That's in your pocket. No one can take that away from you. We keep going, mate.
Unreal.
For $600.
I need a break, yeah.
Let's go to the ads.
All right, Jackson. On a dartboard, what number is directly opposite the number 1?
19.
He's correct.
He is killing it. Did you hear the snort? I was impressed.
Okay, for $700.
Here is your next question, Jackson. Starting with N, what do bees collect to create honey?
Nectar.
Jackson's right. $700.
Oh!
All the people waiting in the wings, hoping you fail. All right. For $800, Jackson. Animals that eat both plants and meat are called what?
Omnivore.
$800 is yours. Can he
this
go
is like
all
being
the
on
way?
hot seat. You know this.
Isn't it just?
All right, Jackson.
Okay.
What is a duel between 3 people called?
I don't know. A truel?
I mean, that's a ridiculous answer.
I know.
But it's also
That is
correct. So Jackson scored $900.
Okay.
One
I
more
don't
question.
know.
If he gets
Laughing
this right,
a troll.
That's obviously how they named it in the first place, isn't
For
it?
the first clean sweep. Here we go. The rider with the lowest cumulative time in the Tour de France wears what colour jersey?
I just watched this. Yellow, isn't it?
Yellow it is.
Yellow it is. Jackson's done it. Clean sweep. $1,000 cash. All thanks to Containers for Change is yours,
Yes,
Jackson.
way, Jackson.
And deserves every cent of it.
Jackson, can we just go back to one question? Why the Deputy Prime Minister of Australia, how did you know that? Because nobody knows who he is.
My missus wouldn't let me watch cartoons in the morning and it was on the news.
My missus won't let me watch cartoons.
She at least gets $100 then.
Hey, Jackson, what cartoon do you really want to watch?
Oh, I'm not going to answer that one.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
'Tis the season.
Certainly is.
There we go.
Tis.
And for a little bit of festive fun, comedians Reese Nicholson and Joel Creasey are bringing a Christmas spectacular to the Astor Theatre.
Tis a good idea to go along to it.
Interesting.
Indeed. Let's catch up with Joel Creasey himself. Good morning, Joel.
Oh, good morning. Yes, we thought Christmas seems like a good time to cash in.
Yes.
And, we just, it's been tax time. We thought, okay, we're a little bit behind. Let's put on a Christmas show and see if we can trick people into coming.
Yeah, Joel, I feel like this is, I need to come back for Christmas anyway because I've got to visit the family. So how can I write this off for next year, June 30? Right, we'll do a show there.
Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely.
That'll cover everything.
Yeah, you're on. Although the thing is, the Perth shows are going to be the best shows because my mum's choir of 15 Applecross, South Perth mothers called Take Note. They're going to close the show caroling. They'll probably be absolutely blind drunk, but it'll be a good time. But we can't fly them everywhere else.
Oh, okay, that's awesome.
This is, you know what, our poor parents, the things they go through.
I know.
Your mother's done that. My mother had to be dressed as Amy Winehouse, sing in a nightclub in front of a room full of people.
Obviously,
the only time I've ever seen her pound many glasses of champagne.
Yeah, she's our famous teetotaler.
Yeah.
Unlike your mum.
Just the things that we do to our parents, Joel.
Oh, I know. They love. I mean, Mum's got to pay me back because I was in Victoria for 4,000 editions of lockdown, and I was calling her for a bit of just a bit of motherly love, and on a particularly gloomy day in Melbourne, and she said, "Oh, go on, just cheer yourself out, do something nice, go out for dinner." I said, Mum, that is actually
illegal.
The point. Yeah, it's illegal.
But see, Joel, I mean, I'm going to stick up your mum here. We didn't get what you were going through.
That's right.
We didn't get the pandy over here.
No.
I know. I was so jealous. I tried to get back. I've never played the purse card more. Oh, I'm a purse boy. Let me back in.
And we took a vote and said, oh, no, thank you.
Fair enough. I could bring worse diseases with me.
Hey, Joel, last week I was over in Melbourne and I broadcast from your studios over there, and there was still a lot of posters getting around in the Melbourne studios of you with your shirt off, showing the abs, ripped body.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the guys to do the same thing here for me. How did you get that across the line?
Look, it was genuinely like an offer. I went to this PT and he offered and said, do you want to be on the cover of Men's Health? And I was like, yeah, obviously, who doesn't? And then 3 months later, I'm in a studio taking my gear off, and I'm a very self-conscious person. It's not something I would normally do, and it's not something I've ever done again.
Yeah, but you didn't have any qualms about sticking up the pictures of it everywhere?
They've been there for a while now. So.
Oh, no, they're starting to peel off those photos, and I stare at them each day and go, where did that boy go?
But sometimes, we get offered to do a lot of things in this job, but some things you'd have to say no to, like being on the cover of Men's Health. I'd shut that down. When we got offered our pilot's license, we shut down that. Both of them, for me, would have ended in death.
The photo shoot and it's on the same.
Both would have been. Hey Joel, tis the season, of course, to do a comedy show around Australia, but also at Nova, tis the season to be like leaving the show. Don't you reckon? Everyone's like dropping like flies around the network.
Oh my God, I know the title on the Daily Mail, the Nova's Bloodbath. I was like, oh my Lord! I didn't think my sexual health test was going to be made public knowledge, so I apologise to everyone at the network for dragging them down with me.
Are you going to be back next season?
I am. I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. So you're stuck with my nasal twang in the afternoon.
No. Yeah, I mean, part of the Daily Mail's bloodbath was that Kate Ritchie had taken a few weeks off. So she's definitely back next year too.
An insider said that she might be coming back.
A source close to her. Yeah, no, she's coming back.
I know, who is this source, by the way?
What is her favourite sauce, do you know?
Yeah.
I think she likes the hot English mustard from memory. Or is that more of a is that a sauce or a condiment? I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh. I love a chutney, and over here it's Nana Miles's chutney from Angelo Street Market.
Yeah.
Oh,
Joel, when you come over here, grab yourself a couple of jars and pop it in the bag. And
okay, I will, because I do. I hit all the local sites. I do Bell Tower, Dome, Cafe.
Yeah, Dome. Dome and Subiaco closed down, by the way.
I saw. I'm horrified. Where am I going to get a litre of coffee from?
You can get it from the Wild Bean at the BP.
I've heard of her. Great.
Joel, we're looking forward to you coming over, mate.
Yes.
Oh, thanks so much, guys.
Here's the plug, everybody. Sunday, the 4th of December at Astor Theatre. Tickets are on sale now at comedyrepublic.com.au/Reese and Joel. Because, of course, you're bringing Reese Nicholson with you for extra fabulousness.
My frenemy. Yeah, my best frenemy.
I know.
I watched his show on Netflix, The Imperfects. He's actually really good in it. Have you watched it?
I know. It horrified me when I saw how good he was. I was like, damn it.
Really good. Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He's like you, but a better version.
I know, he's like a good person.
If I can say this, he's like you, but a gayer version, and that's pretty full on.
Oh, he really is. He really is. I'm the butch one.
You're just perfect. Thanks, Joel.
Thanks, Joel.
Thanks so much.
Good man.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
I just want to quickly just say something about my dad. My dad and I have some
wonderful... Where do we start?
Is it going to be positive?
My dad and I have some wonderful conversations. And over the weekend and the last couple of weekends, Dad tries to, once he's had a couple of beers, use words that don't exist.
Right.
So here's one.
I've been there.
So Dad was so the other weekend, Dad said to me, "You're so optimistic."
Was he trying to say optimistic?
No, he wasn't. I'm so optimistic.
What's optimistic?
Optimistic. Optimistic.
And what is that?
I don't know.
What was the context? And we'll see if
he was upset with me.
Oh, so
he was upset with me. So he said, "You're so optimistic." stick.
Does that mean that you're upsetting me? Is that what?
I think maybe that could be upsetting.
Maybe he's actually speaking another language. And we just don't understand.
UPSAMIT.
So he said it, and you said, "Can you please spell that for me?"
No, I just phonetically spelled it because
right.
I chucked it into the internet. And the internet said no.
No, but it could be that there's silent letters in there or something. That's right.
If it's Brian, there would be several silent letters.
You need to ask him the spelling.
Yeah.
In future.
What else? You got anything else?
Yes, just over the weekend as well. He said to me that I have a hearing periphetive.
He meant aperitif, and which is a bit of an evening drink.
He said, "You have a hearing periphetive."
Okay, so that to him that's selective hearing, right? That's how I'm saying that.
Is that what he's saying? That you hear what you want to hear?
I hear what I want to hear, which is a periphetive.
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 Pum.
Optimistic and periphetive.
I want to see the thesaurus of Brian. Thesaurus of Brian. That would be very interesting.
I want to hear you say it.
I know. That's actually what to call it. The Saurus of Brian. You've got a real speaking periphetive, you know that?
Yeah.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Time to catch up with our good friend Stevie Butler, writes all the fantastic articles for the West Australian. Come on in, Stephen.
Yes, g'day dudes, how are we?
We're wonderful.
Good dude.
We're wonderful. How's your weekend, Stephen?
Oh, not too bad. We're just preparing. His son and heir, he's having his year 6 camp starting today down at Woodman Point. So,
you haven't gone too far from home then.
Fleeing the nest for the first time.
Yeah, my younger son had a camp. He finished on Friday. Yeah, he was absolutely ruined at the end of it, which is good news.
Yeah, but camps these days are too soft. Back in the day, we'd get dropped out bush with strangers for a week.
Shaun, was this the camp where they have to sit in a tent for 15 hours on their own and reflect? Was it that one?
Yeah, 100%. No.
That cracks me up. That's so funny.
He goes, I had to get up. I was just so bored at some stage. I walked off into the bushes just to try to get a walk, and they weren't supposed to.
No.
And he said, and then I saw this massive snake, so I was quickly back in the bush. But that'll be good fun, Steve.
When those strangers dropped you out, Nathan, do you see a massive snake as well?
That resulted in us. Well, they weren't strangers. Well, they were strangers. We were taken out to a place called Lachy Rock, and then I think it was like one teacher with all the students, and then we're out there with some Aboriginal elders, which is amazing because we had to forage for food and eat witchy grubs and all that sort of stuff. But the most horrific thing, Steve, was being on the bus, and then one of the elders see a kangaroo, and they go, "Oh, let's get it." So then they jump out there and they get it, and then they bring back its tail, which I had to hold on to, and it still had nerve endings, and it was holding
quivering,
this severed bloody tail that was wiggling around in my hands.
This is explaining a lot. This is explaining a lot.
And I'd never held anything in my hand like that before.
Everything makes sense.
Everything makes sense now.
Steve, the WA Hall of Legends night is on tonight. Steve, tell us about that.
Well, the Hall of Champions, it is.
Hall of Champions.
Annually they induct and elevate some legends as well, and tonight there will be 2 special elevations to legend status in West Australian sport. There's only ever been 11 so far in the Hall of Champions.
Whoa.
And tonight the legends will be joined by Justin Langer, whose legacy is huge and should still be wavering on with the Australian cricket team if they were smart, but they're not, obviously.
Mm.
And Jill McIntosh, the netball great from WA, is also being elevated as the 12th and 13th legends in the WA Hall of Champions. And there'll be 2 inductees as well. One Shaun would know well, in Ken McCauley, Noddy McCauley.
Yeah, I saw you did an article about Ken on the weekend, Steve. Well done.
Yeah, so he'll be inducted tonight, and along with Bill Kirby, the swimming champion from the Sydney Olympics. So it'll be a glittering night, and I'm sure people would understand that those 4 will be very deserving.
So funny, I was talking about my boys follow Bill's son on YouTube. So, and I said, did you know that Bill, his dad is an Olympian and he's got to swim schools? And they go, oh yeah, but you should see him on YouTube.
What does he do on YouTube?
He's just got surf videos and he stays at Nalu all the time and just living his life. Yeah.
Well, Bill's still a very keen surfer as well, and in fact, when he missed out on the Atlanta Olympics by 0.2 of a second, he went down to Margaret River with his chronic fatigue and glandular fever and was pretty ill, and he spent 6 months surfing in Margaret River, and that actually fueled his fire to go on and win that famous relay. And when you think 2 WA boys in Bill Kirby and Todd Pearson were in that relay alongside Ian Thorpe and Michael Klim, and they actually knocked out Grant Hackett to be a part of that, and Daniel Kowalski as well. So they knocked out Daniel Kowalski and Grant Haggett to be a part of that relay. That's pretty significant, isn't it?
Yeah, that's huge. Fantastic.
Pretty good reserve bench. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, when they're seen as sort of nobodies, and you think of who they actually knocked out,
yes,
they're very much somebodies.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Steve, we saw the Wildcats just quickly get back on track, mate.
Yeah.
Thank God, hey?
Well, it's a bit disappointing. And look, Brady Marnick started, and he's going to have those ups and downs as a fresh sort of professional player out of college. But look, he can play. They've just got to put more faith in him, I think, and make more plays for him. But at the same time, I haven't seen much Wildcats basketball that we're used to so far this year. It's been soft. They're letting teams go to the layups really easily without putting body on them. I've been really disappointed in watching this brand sort of unfold. That's really nothing, because the Wildcats have always stood for something.
Yes.
And I haven't seen them stand for much so far this year.
Well,
And it's
defensive
time they,
intensity
drew
has
the line
always
in the
been their
sand.
trademark, and it's just not there.
I would have had the mouth guards in and Damien Martin at training first thing this morning.
right.
Good I would have done if I was coach.
No, I agree wholeheartely with that.
Yeah, our mouth guards are in all morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they'd need to be with Nat there. She can get a bit feisty.
Yeah, that's right. You know, throw a few punches.
And will. Steve,
And will.
hey, good luck with the camp with the younger son this year. Sorry, this year.
Yes,
this week, mate. And we'll catch up with you.
No, it should be fun. Bit of quietness in the house. I'm looking forward to it.
Good on you, buddy.
Thanks,
for your time, Steve.
Have a great week.
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Over to the Cricket World Cup, and we saw that the Netherlands were too good for South Africa. Massive upset. And it means that our mate Cambo has done an amazing job with the Netherlands team, winning their last two World Cup games, and all of them upsets.
And that's his tenure that's finished now, too.
Yeah.
So he's
How fantastic. I'm really happy for him.
Yeah.
He's had such an amazing career since leaving here, as most people do.
That's so true.
But because I would never, ever put cricket next to the Netherlands.
No, well, they're very much an emerging nation.
So
yeah.
that's...
And Cambo told me last week that he reckons South Africa were going to go all the way, because they were a week ago they were the form team, and then his mum bump them out. It's amazing.
Well, that cost him being in the semi-final. So Cambo, well done, and clearly he can coach.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yes. Yeah.
For everybody to see.
Yep.
Perth Wildcats. They bucked
good.
their 5-game losing streak thanks to Brady Manick, who got on the boards finally.
Well, we've been calling for his head, so he's
25
definitely
points.
Yeah, he stood up. It was great to see.
Yeah, it was. They played some defence for once, so that was good. And Bryce wasn't the main man until after half time. Like, he'd barely scored a point in the first half.
How can you not play defence when the whole crowd is going, defence? It's like, how does that slip your mind?
I agree. Nathan, they'll be giving up points left, right and centre. So they've got 2 weeks off now because the Australian Boomers are going to play in the Middle East.
Mitch is on his way now.
They're World Cup qualifiers.
Yep.
So Todd Blanchfield, who's been playing terrible, he's part of that squad as well. Mitch is a part of that squad, so we wish them
Luke
all
Travers
the best.
pulled out. He's not going now.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. He's not going because he
Load
believes
management.
his load is too much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, as many do.
Yeah. The New York City Marathon was on just yesterday, and it's the first time they've had it in full capacity for a number of years because of the COVID situation. And a guy called Daniel Do Nascimento was winning by quite some while, right? He was right out in front. And the men run a marathon like you're doing a 100-metre sprint.
Yeah.
They are flying.
Yeah. They do it in, a smidge over 2 hours. That's
well,
quick.
I mean,
That's
in
quick.
New York City, you're always running from something, aren't
Yeah,
you?
that's right.
They get the train again.
So along the course, they have toilets, which no one uses because they're running a marathon.
Yeah.
They're going to be dehydrated. Well, anyway, Daniel decided he was busting so much, despite him winning by quite a while, he needed to go the dunny. So he stopped off, went into the toilets, was in there for a considerable amount of time.
Okay, so do you reckon he was like snapping one off?
I felt like he was.
Okay.
And then another guy called Evans Chibet started closing in on him. Well, he quickly got out of the dunny, started running along a bit more. And then I don't know if it was dehydration or cramp. Sometimes when you can't get it out, you don't feel too good. He fell to the floor, not far out from the
10
finish.
Ks from the end, yeah.
And that's just a sprint for them. 10 Ks
that's right.
is a sprint. Snap.
So while he was in the toilets, were there cameras on the toilet waiting for him to get out? Because that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, there was. There was.
Even if you're in the stall ever and someone else walks in, that's a lot of pressure. Like knowing there's a camera crew filming.
There's full commentary. Here's Daniel. Oh, he's stopping off to, looks like, go to the toilet. It was all that kind of stuff.
It is a bit, I've never seen that from the lead. You see it from the people down the back, but from the lead runners, that's very unusual.
Yeah, it'd be like watching, the Formula One and then someone pulling into a roadhouse and grabbing a cheese sausage.
Exactly. What is happening?
So true.
Oh, now Daniel Ricciardo's come out with a choc chill and a cheese sausage.
Lasagna topper. Interesting. And finally, the World Series of Baseball ended yesterday because the Houston Astros were the ones who got up over the Phillies yesterday. And the great thing about it was the fact that Dusty Baker is the most winning coach in the history of the Major League Baseball and had not won a world title. So he'd won as a coach, leading his team, nearly 2,100 victories. So 2,900 something along those. No World Series. He is 73 years of age.
Oh, can he have a rest now?
Well, and when I think about... life in general in Australia, when you get to a certain amount of time, people go, oh, that's it. You're no longer qualified, even though you're overqualified to have a managerial job, to any high-flying job.
I know what you're saying.
He has been coaching for the last 15 years at an age, like high 50s, where all that period as being the number one coach.
We are in a society where they discount age and experience too much. Suddenly, you hit retirement age and there's whispers, oh, you think you're going to be retiring soon and all that
I've still
sort of stuff.
got so much to offer.
Yeah, that happened with my mum. When my mum was happily working and then around retirement age, suddenly they went, oh, Marlene, are you feeling like you want to retire now?
No.
And mum was like, no, I'm all fine. Anyway, 6 months later, redundancy.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I agree, Nathan.
Does she want to coach a baseball team?
She'd do really well.
Well, one thing you see in American sport in particular is that that's what happens. You go and watch university teams. They're coached by some guys in their late 60s, 70s, and that's not odd. I'd like to see that remain here. I remember AFL coaches, he's over the hill, he's 55 or something. You're like, are you kidding?
Hang on.
20 more years and these guys are still coaching the top level sport around the world. And I guess lastly, to add on to that, which we had in the news earlier on, so Mattress Mac, as we know, is a mad punter over the US. If you follow him, he owns a furniture store in the US, or many, many furniture stores. So he likes to have massive bets. So he had multiple bets starting... his first bet was $10 million to win $30 million at 3-1. Then he kept adding to it because he's a Houston Astros fan. He walked away with $75 million US. It's 115 million Australian dollars.
How much did he outlay to get that?
10 million.
Is that from the original 10 million?
No, 10 million was his first bet. Then he added millions along the way.
Yeah, because he'd won millions. Yeah. So he rolled it over. Yeah.
So the thing is, they're saying that a lot of that money he doesn't normally, doesn't go into his bank account because he offers promotions along the way where he tips it. That winnings back in.
So basically,
everybody gets a free mattress if he.
Well, it's whatever you spend in store, you get that. That double. So if you buy a $3,000 couch, you get something else worth $3,000.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I mean, have we seen his furniture? Is it any good?
I don't know, but I didn't expect him to be 100 years old.
I feel
he's right up
it's
there.
Probably like a Super A-Mark.
Yeah. It has its place.
Which it has its place. It's great stuff.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.